Recording time. I would like to start this video off by just saying a big thank you to the YouTube algorithm. My second to last video, Become a Character, is sitting at 433 views. That's a video that I didn't really expect to perform, but apparently it got a lot of good, it got some decent views and some pretty nice comments. So I read every comment, and yeah, that video performed unlike what I expected. So it was an interesting topic and I enjoyed making that video. But I just want to give a little update. We are 69 days into the Desire to be an Artist series and just 13 subs away from 500 subscribers with 16 days left in the year. So to hit 500 subs before the end of the year, it looks like it's going to happen, but still, I mean, I'm super excited. When I made this channel, I, of course, I had expectations and I wanted to get to the whole point is to grow in subscribers and the community, to grow and to get more and more views and whatever, more followers, more following, more influence, whatever. But yeah, to really sit back and think that I am gonna be at 500 subs just 60, 70 days into the series. That's like honestly like a really awesome thought. So thank you guys for subbing. Like I said, that Become a Character video did pretty well, so I think I got a couple good subscribers overnight from that. But anyway, the topic for today's video will be you are your surroundings. Again, this is just something I just grabbed from the list of video topics that I have in my Google Doc. But to start off, I basically just want to kind of explain that phrase a little bit. You are your surroundings, or the phrase like show me your five closest friends and I'll tell you who you are. Tell me your five closest friends and I'll tell you who you are, something like that. Those type of phrases where it's like, or like you are what you eat, things like phrases like that. Um are told to us mainly by our parents or parental figures or authorities or teachers, kind of to as like a simple little rule, simple little reminder of how, we need to be aware of what we surround ourselves with, or mainly who we surround ourselves with. But I think for this video, I kind of just want it to be a little reminder of, if you want to be, or like if you have plans for yourself in the future and you kind of know where you want to be headed. Again, like this is such a general blah blah blah, like general speaking message, but I'll give myself as an example. I meditated meditated. I thought about and brainstormed and really processed making this channel like months and months before I actually posted the first video of the series. And it's about to be 1 year since I posted the American Choice video. So the first video posted is the American Choice, and that's not part of the series, but that just goes to show, like, I didn't just spawn in here just and I just expected approval on YouTube or anything like that. I really churned and churned in my head, like, how am I going to make these videos? I thought of many different ideas, many different techniques of how I can post, and finally what I settled on is making daily videos. But that's besides the point. If you are in that phase, right, where you're not at the point where I'm at, already in the process of the plan, and already creating the things that you want to create and already growing some type of community, you're not started yet, but you're in the brainstorming phase, I advise you to make sure that you are being very conscious of who and what you surround yourself with. So again, I need to make daily videos for a year straight, so I might repeat some of the same talking points, so I hope you guys forgive me. But like I said in my gaming video, I said something like my fall off as a gamer, or my downfall as a gamer, something like that. That video also performed pretty nicely. um I was saying basically like gaming isn't good for me, and I just think about other things all the time, and it's like it's really holding me back. And then I don't think I've mentioned it in any other videos, but basically I had a few friends that used to live in my neighborhood, and unfortunately they had to move out. They I believe that, yeah, they both still live in Florida, but before they moved out of the neighborhood, I was, I was seeing them every day, and I was always, even though I had school and they had school, I would always try to make sure we hang out as much as possible because, what can you do? I had the opportunity to actually interact with friends in person when, this homeschooling thing, I only get to see some of my schoolmates only once a week. So I would hang out with my friends as often as possible. And let's just say, they weren't exactly like me. I still appreciated them, and I really loved hanging out with them. And they were my best friends for years and years. And I met them actually, when I was in public school and in elementary school, I met both of them. But it was a pleasure to have these friends around me. It's just, I knew that they weren't like me because they just didn't think the way that I did. It could be part of the reason. It could be because their situation wasn't the same as mine. Our houses look pretty much the same in this neighborhood. It was interesting. Every time I would go to their house is exactly the same as mine, just like flipped. Like some rooms would be flipped, but the layout of the house is like almost identical, and the size is almost identical. So it's not like, I made friends that just grew up in the trenches. You know what I mean? I don't live in the hood, but we, there are things that could be in the way other than where you live to affect the way you think and the way you behave. And unfortunately, I don't think they, really related to me in this type of way. So what I'm getting at is I used to be that annoying friend where I would be like, "Oh, if you had a fucking $1 billion, what would you do with it?" Or, "Oh, do you like, have you ever thought of any business ideas, or what do you want to do in the future? Or what do you want to do out of school? Like, what do you think your first job is going to be? What are you really into? What do you love? What do you like?" I was really annoying with it when they were living in this neighborhood. And I don't regret it. I know I could have annoyed them at some points, but the point is, that's just kind of how I learned to behave after, I guess, after having the realization that, I really seriously don't want to go to college, or at least I'm trying to avoid it. And I really seriously don't want to work like a job that serves nobody but a big corporation. I'm not trying to sound all conspiracy. I'm not trying to sound like, oh, anti big food or some nonsense. I'm basically just saying I knew that I wanted to be around art. What does that mean? I can't really explain it right now, but I just know that I wanted to be around people that care about some type of art, whether they make music or paint or sculpt or photography, videography, or poetry, anything. I really love art. And where I live in Florida, and with the friends that I had, I really didn't have any way to express it. So instead, I just churned it in my head, and wrote down ideas in Google Docs and made sketches on Procreate on my iPad. But I kept in mind that, I shouldn't let my surroundings affect how I think. And of course, I have amazing parents that, teach me the same thing. It's not just all me. They taught me and they raised me to do that, to stay true to who I am and not just be influenced by other people. But this is not about me. This is kind of more for you guys. If you are in this stage where you don't know, and again, I've made this video before. I called it, what did I call it? I called it what to do with your ideas. It was my longest yapping video. It was like 19, 18 minutes long. But I've made this type of video before. You're not in the situation to get your ideas, but you're thinking about it. Oh, what do you do with your ideas? Basically, I'm not trying to tell you what to do with your ideas because I've already done that, but more of what to do with your empty time when you don't want to constantly think of designing something, constantly think of writing, scripting, shooting, editing, when you want to do something else. I guess just make sure you have healthy escapes and healthy vices instead of, basically just doing things that will get in the way of your creative process. So it could be gaming, or it could be very well the people that you're around. I have friends that don't really care much for doing YouTube, or don't really care much for art at all, whether they want to be athletes or they have like a family business, or they're not even thinking, or they just want to go to college. Like, they don't care about anything other than just to go to college and study. Maybe their parents are well off that they don't have to worry about, working immediately right after school or having that kind of crazy responsibility. They just want to have a very normal just life, go to college, girlfriend, boyfriend, and then just sign out. You know what I mean? So honestly, I don't believe in that, and I don't really like that. I want to appreciate everything that God put on this world, and I want to bring glory to it. So, yeah, basically, again, it's 7:40 p.m. Okay, I need to upload. So I basically just mashed 3 of my pre-existing videos into one and gave it a new title. So I'm not sorry, but yeah, just remember your surroundings. Remember what you surround yourself with. Keep it in mind. Understand that not everything is good for you, and that really not overthink, but process everything that you do and ask yourself why you do it. Ask yourself, why do you care for certain things? Why don't you care for other things? And really, really weigh everything on a scale. Weigh all of your opportunity, all of your passion, desire, and all of your priorities. Like, for example, my another video I'm mashing into here, my schooling situation. Basically, for school, it's the schooling I'm doing is like fairly easy, mainly because I don't do all of the work that I'm meant to do. I kind of just do all of the work that I have to present. That way, I'm not just coming into class like, oh, I didn't know we had to do that. Like, no, I actually do I do my school as diligently as I can. But when it comes to school, I don't think there's any must. Like, you must learn something. You really don't have to learn anything. In art, you don't have to create anything. It's not a have to. As a human, to continue being a human, all you really have to do is eat, drink, and sleep. But I'm kind of going on a crazy ass tangent. So to wrap it up, weigh everything that you do. Don't just do things because people tell you to. Remember your values. My schooling situation, my downfall as a gamer. Fucking, this is just such a redone, like remade, re-recorded video. So, but like I said, I don't apologize because I'm uploading every day. Okay. Go watch my other videos if you see this on your recommended page. I normally don't say that, but go watch my other videos. I have basically, don't even just scroll, like don't even just like randomly pick. Sort by popular and watch the popular ones. Don't even like guess on which one is good, because most of the popular ones are pretty decent videos. So thank you for watching. Subscribe, and if not, I will give you a reason to tomorrow.